Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're back to the our scheduled sessions. I have here. My name is Isabella. I work with marketing here at TATSoft. If you guys don't know me, um, and I've got here Marta Calini, who's CTO and founder of TATSoft. Um, First things first, I will ask you guys if you do not follow our YouTube channel yet. If you don't subscribe, now's the time to do it. We do the sessions weekly, and we do a lot of other content. So follow us to make sure you stay on top of it. You can also like this video later if you enjoy our presentation. And as usual, I will also be adding to the chat here the Discord. Our Discord, you can talk to us over there as well. We're here to answer your questions, discuss technical things, just have good conversations around the industrial space. So to get started, our presentation today is going to be about real-time web pages, animations, and tags, which is a lot of things in the graphical space. So Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about it, and we'll get into it.
Okay, uh, let's put in context what we're going to talk about. For you that know FrameworX, we are a unified platform to do SCADA, HMI, IoT, pretty much everything we need in the factory floor. And the entire platform is organized in main 4 stacks of functionalities that are the data foundation, alarms, storage, the typical industrial operations, the business operations, and the user interaction. That's the focus for our presentation today. And more specifically, we'll dive in some specific graphical tools that we have. And we have many graphical technologies. We did talk last week about responsive design. We'll talk in the future in more detail about layouts and navigation, symbols, canvas display versus dashboards. But today, I will focus in giving some explanation how WebAssembly allows us to do some very high performance displays with very dynamic interactions and how that can be deployed on mobile, on desktop very easily. And not only typical basic charts, but real vector graphics with real-time performance. That would be a combination of those technologies. And I think the best way to understand what I mean is starting showing. Okay. When we install our products, you have a few demo applications and some others in our websites. So I will start with one that we have right out of the box. That's the one that we did for machine learning called the bottom line, and which is this application here. Hold on. I have many in my computer. This one here. So when we install our product, we have this application that the focus is on machine learning, but it has also some nice graphics. And on the old times of HMI, it was very common that besides dashboards, that's more newer style, we also have very realistic process diagrams about the machine. And when you run that demo, please put that speed to the maximum because I'm pretty sure our webcast is not capturing the speeds of the things that are happening here. What do you believe, Isabella?
No, it's pretty good, but yeah, it's insanely
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, but those applications typically were like this one running native modes. It was a custom Windows application. What's now? What you did enable with FrameworX, and as far as I know, one of the first ones to really deliver that with the full functionalities, is these exactly same displays you can run now inside a browser, is still keeping the same high level performance. So let me highlight that. I am inside Microsoft Edge. That's the URL. And as you can see, the exactly same level of performance of a native application we have under the browser. And even displays created long time ago, for instance, we don't have that in the distribution, but you can download from our documentation sites, and we'll publish in the chat area on the description our documentation sites where you can download those additional examples. But this example that's there to download, some people say, oh, that looks like old style HMI. And I say, yes, in fact, it is, because this HMI was created long time ago. This screen was created like 20 years ago by a customer and a partner. And the new technologies that we created allow even those vector graphics created long time ago to be upgraded and run inside the browser with full speeds. Okay. And there is another demo that you should be aware. Uh, we have this application called Asset Monitor Demo. If you are installing FrameworX now, I believe you are put by default in the distribution. If you have an early version, you may need to download this demo from our website or put the last update one, that's the current version of the product, FrameworX 10.0 update 1. And this demo, it's also interesting because it shows not only the high performance, where you can do animations in millisecond speeds, and also combine it with more traditional SCADA style display, like geo information, or we still can mix those high performance graphics with more with traditional dashboard style. So we can have a combination of that in your application, and more conventional web style, like the left menu with the 3 bar and the 3 navigation. Yes, we also support the traditional web view, but the key point is some other tools, they have nice web capabilities, but the key point, I believe, is a huge differentiator. I never see anyone being able to do as we do, is to be able to run both natively and web and full speeds on the web. Any comments there, Isabella?
No, I think that's key. We talked a little bit about this last week, and we'll talk even more about it in the future. The graphical capabilities of our software are pretty awesome to see.
Exactly. And how the magic happens. That's not a training.
Yeah.
That's only we reviewing the magic. In
Mhm.
our product, when you create an application, that application can be like a web style composed by many frames, title bar, left side navigation, and then you can have many dashboard style. This dashboard style is responsive, but the key points, each one of those windows can be also a high-speed vector graphics.
Yes.
And we can, in the vector graphics, even on the web pages, as well in the dashboards, by the way, fully customize the appearance. And I believe the best way to explain that is to go to our drawing tool.
Yeah.
To try to do something from scratch. Okay. For many applications, And the easy way to do a configuration is just drag and drop. So you pick up one object, okay, and you just drop that object to the display or the dashboards, and you link which variable will be driving that on the display. And you can do nice applications, just drag and drop those symbols, or even easier, you can go to the tags itself, and we can drag drop the objects and select what to be the specific UI you want to have for that object. And that's it.
You're done.
That solves 8%. I'm not give a magic number here, but it
Yeah.
solves a lot of your requirements in real-time factory floor, but not all of them. That's where frameworks come in. And the lower you get to the real process control, the closer you get to the factory floor.
Mm-hmm.
That drag drop just controls is not enough. Because let's make one thing very, very clear. The user experience for a manager looking at the KPIs and the operators that are really running your factory, they are and they should be completely different. And when you are on the machine factory floor, if I click a button and it takes 200 milliseconds, 400 milliseconds for the application to react, sorry to be blunt, but your application is terrible. You're not going to have any good favor for our customer, neither for you. Because 1 second, half second, 2, 3 seconds, it's okay for a web experience. So when you are navigation on the web, you switch a display and do this and that. Yeah, take 1 second, 2 seconds. It's fine. It's fine at that level. The closer you get to the factory floor, the higher are your speed requirements. And not only that, you don't want to be constrained by standard objects. Even you have 100 type of charts, objects, gauges, you are still constrained by the configurations of that objects. So our product went one step beyond and allow completely free vector animations in a very easy way. And what I mean by that, you can create your own custom shape, even using advanced features like Bezier,
Yeah.
and or probably in many applications, instead of doing that, you can go to import a file. So you can import a SVG file or any other of the 10 graphical formats we allow,
Mm-hmm.
and bring that to your application. But the key points, when those things you created or you pick up your applications, we bring to our system as a vector graphic. So I can break these components to each piece of this drawing, or even better, with this icon, I can pick up pieces and parts of these objects without even having to unbreak these vector graphics.
Yeah.
And we can modify those properties
Mm-hmm.
in the drawing. And most important, we can add dynamic behavior to that object.
Yeah.
So help me, Isabella. I have this terrible Italian, European, Brazilian, Texan, lost in the word accents.
Yeah.
So help me just reading to our guys, especially ones that are on the mobile phone, all the type of dynamic behavior you can very easily add to any objects or to any part of any objects.
Perfect. So first we got action, which is the name suggests, it lets you add an action to that part. An event, it can be something like open a layout, close and open the display is an easy one, a closing button. But you can see here we got a lot of stuff, even running scripts and expressions.
And doing requests to several computers that are asynchronous.
Perfect.
So in our platform, you don't need to be an expert in programming. We have tools like the actions and the code behind that allows to execute events.
Yes.
That will keep the high performance on the display, putting those executions in backgrounds.
Yes.
But
So,
I'm seeing your show, Isabella. Go ahead.
No, don't worry. Code behind, like Mark said, that's also related to scripting. To really push it beyond anything you can do. Then you get into some visual ones like shine. Lets you add a little bit of a shine, a little bit of a glow to an object. It can be useful in letting people, an operator, know when something is active or not. Everything that is visual has a purpose, obviously. So we got security, so you can put specific permissions depending on the group of users you have. And obviously we have some from the category like administrator, but you might have some specific ones to you, like some displays or even some objects inside the display that only the maintenance guys will be able to see. Oh, there you go. We got also the bar graph, so that will show a little, exactly as the name suggested. It will put in a level for a color the bar based on a tag. So Mark's putting some there just to an example. Do you want to show it?
No, not really. Let's keep moving.
So we got line color as well. It allows you to change the color. Like I said, if something is active or not, it will be good to define that color. We also got fill color and put it, I think, a little bit in the middle of the screen, just so I can see the visuals. I mean, the actual thing. Yeah. We got the fill color, similar to bar color, but it's a whole fill. Visibility, so that lets you choose opacity in that object.
And if you're not familiar with opacity means, that is what is opacity.
Yeah, so the transparent, whether the object is transparent or not. We got move drag, which lets you actually move the object. Scale, that's the sizing of it. Rotate, also like the you're rotating your object. And skew is a little bit of a more free transform. And like I said, everything that's visual has a purpose. You might want to change part of your object depending on what the tag, the value of the tag, to kind of make it very clear to your operator what's happening behind the scenes.
Okay, and by the way, that's what is skill. In case you don't know, is to do 3D productions in a 2D environments.
Yeah, there you go.
But what is important here, some advances perhaps are not clear.
Mm-hmm.
There are some other products that you can pick up an object, like the width of the object, or you go in a table with 100 properties and you can start doing binding of properties of the object to your real-time data. But the problem is that very time consuming and gets worse 2 years later when you need to do maintenance.
Yeah, that's...
when you are drawing, you say, oh, you don't need that concept of dynamic properties because I have this other product. I can pick up any property and do a binding to an expression. Guess what? What are the tools you need to go back 6 months later to see what is dynamic and what is static?
Yeah.
Or to find out what are the dynamic properties that are driving your display. Do your homework, you find out that support for that is very poor. I'm not criticizing anyone, to be clear. I'm just stating the facts. So this concept of allowing very easily understandable concepts of dynamic behavior and clearly showing that in the UI, exporting that to a JSON, showing that. And also one feature that we have, which is very, very unique, is when you have these applications, you have all those stacks, and you need to see how this stack integer one is being used in the application for the UI. You have that information clearly visible in all these instances of that variable. So if you go to those find results, you have all the places dynamically as I use that variable, that list grows. So this variable is used by the historian tool and is used in this display.
Yes.
And in this display is in the context of change the color of this line. And in the context of changing the fill color of these objects. So that's a very important feature. So the dynamic behavior we have is not really anything new in the industry. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, people are doing that. Right now, almost of the products with some scripting, you can achieve some results on the UI.
Yeah.
But we do have some things that are unique. That we'll put a slide later, but Isabella, help me. If I'm saying it's not on that slide that I'll show later, we update that slide for future presentations.
Okay, perfect.
But some features that we have that are really unique. Number one, you have this cross-reference that shows dynamically all the objects with this hyperlink, changing from modules to display in one centralized location.
Mm-hmm.
To do the maintenance is perfect, because if you replace integer one by the name valve 101 states, guess what? You don't lose the links.
Yeah.
You don't lose the configuration. Your applications is still fully consistent, but just use the new label. That's a huge time save to do the maintenance and the evolution for your applications. So the fact that we can trace that, we can modify that, and you allow you organize your object or symbol, not by the property X with or whatever property of an object. You don't need to think about those 50, 100 properties each object can have. You can think visually what they are, what are the dynamic behavior, how they relate to the system, and most important, you can put operations that are really factory floor capable. By that, I mean running millisecond resolution on web pages, not 100s, not 500s. And let's try to summarize that. I believe we had something here.
Don't know.
I don't know either.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
I don't think we have. So let's do a little wrap up now. And that will be helpful for who has only the audio to review, to go back to some of those highlights that we have. How is it impacts your direct productivity? How impact the image for you as a system integrator? Or how good are your applications for your operators?
Yeah.
Because those technologies, WebAssembly, Canvas, Vector, SVG, they're not just names because we like technology. They have real reasons on that, okay? Yeah. And I will try to be a little more systematic and review some of those tangible benefits, okay? Yes. Number one, You don't need one tool to do dashboards and another tool to do vector graphics. You have one environment, no optional modules. So you don't need to do what many users do. Let's see the tool I have to see what I can deliver. Or let's try to save some money keeping only these features so I don't have to buy this other module.
Yeah.
Forget that. So when you draw your specification, you have the full freedom to start ignoring completely the tool. Don't even watch a demo from FrameworX or presentation. Just trust in 3 decades, 10,000 plus installations. I think that softs, if you pick up our previous products that were brand label like Indosoft, Aviva, Edge, HMI, and the previous ones that we sold and brand labeled the markets, you don't really have many products with 3 decades running and many tens of thousands of installations.
Yeah.
Not that I know. So rely on that very long history that we put on the tool, what you need to accomplish your specifications with the right performance you need to those. That's the key point. The key point is really the user experience to be reliable and also not on the short term. We are doing that for decades. It means we know that your problem is not delivered that solution to our end user or to our operator next week.
Yeah.
Your role is to make sure that in 5 years from now, if necessary, you'll be able to open that display, to understand what's happening there, to modify one IO point or do some modification that now is required. So the vision you must have and what we put in our products is not to be flashy. Yes, we can be flashy. I could do demos with cars in like a Formula One or NASCAR driving, showing curves at high speeds. But the point is, we organize the concepts of the unified namespace that you can have your base model. And
Close
from the
that one.
base model, you have the cross-reference to
Mhm.
go to the many modules. And when you go to the UI, you can very easily locate where and how
Yeah.
that is affecting the user experience and deliver that with the proper performance across any platform. That's the real intent, and that's the huge benefits that you can collect when develop the application and on doing the maintenance over the next few years.
Perfect. And I always highlight, so I will highlight it again. If you want to close that to the main page one, I think we already have everything there.
Uh, yes, let me go. I believe it's here, I guess.
No, it's the last one. The little cog to show the product. I kind of want to show them the designer.
Oh, this one, the designer?
Yeah, but to close the main
Ah,
page,
okay.
that little one. Yeah, I think we can close that. Show them the visual tools, the graphics that we were doing.
Ah, okay. So this is our designer where we
Yeah,
develop all the applications, all the modules. And we were today specifically in this icon here, that's the draw that allows you all the displays you have in the application. It allows you to customize all, here is the list of displays. The drawing tool allows you to create and customize all the display symbols and the UI you're going to use in your application.
exactly. And what I wanted to highlight there is Mark's building something that can be used in both web and WPF, so Windows applications. And the way we work and the way that he's building that, if he were to publish that display, it would automatically work on both Windows application and web. You only develop it once and it's good to go. And when you're working with things like SVG, that works automatically on both. With, as we've been saying, the performance that you need in both of those different types.
Yeah, and I think, Isabella, to wrap up, I need to explain what I mean by performance.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there is a huge difference in real-time operations in the factory floor and web browsing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are doing your operations, you need that your actions and the time to switch displays happen on the milliseconds. But that's what our application has the optimization.
Yeah.
You can benchmark us about any kind of system. I can guarantee you the time to switch displays and the time to do the reaction and the speeds we can do is unpaired. At least will be equal because we create the last 2 years the technology stack that has the maximum possible performance to the given technology.
Mm.
But there are some things that were a trade back. One of them is that when you go to a new browser to open for the very first time an application, this time your C is not the top in the markets.
Mm-hmm.
In your case, take 2-3 seconds, depends on your computer. But this is a one-time only
Yeah.
when we start your client operator. So when you talk about performance, you need to be clear what you're going to optimize. Are you going to optimize that the very first time you go to a new page, you bring that page very quickly, but then when you are operate that page, perhaps a little slower, or go to another page is slower, or you want to draw back the very first time you open your client window, you load the communication stack, you upload an environment to the browser. So now on, you have the best performance.
Yeah.
What's right, what's wrong, what's the best one? It's a trick question. Depends on your requirements.
Yeah, of course.
I got you on that, Isabella.
No, that's a classic.
You are no. Yeah. You'll not be catch, but some users okay, what's the best option? No, depends on requirements.
Yeah.
So if you are on a shopping cart or just browsing for fun on the web, it's better to bring that new website as soon as possible. Even when you go to some other pages, it will take a little bit to load or some operations, adding an item to the cards or doing the price onto a heading shop card. If it takes 100 milliseconds or 1 second, that's not really is the point here. It's general web browsing. When you are more in the factory floor, you only start that session one time a day.
Yeah.
Or one time for the next half an hour or a shift. It's not that you're browsing. I'm an operator of this factory. Oh, let me take a look on this product line. Let's go to Amazon.
No. Yeah.
You open a UI, then you, of course, keep doing navigation inside the UI.
Mm-hmm.
You go to different pages, but within the scope of one solution. And that's what our platform has optimization to.
Yes.
So when it loads, it will take 1 to 3 seconds to do that one time only session initialization. After you are in the section, you click and you have the operations at maximum speeds that pairs with the operations when running natively Windows. So I think it's important to say about when you put the performance, that we put the priority aiming what our product is intended to do, which is a factory for automation.
There you go.
So this platform is intended to do factory floor HMI, data acquisition, 100 communication drives on the floor, a full IoT platform with no other needs, and the visualization stack in top of that is aiming to real-time operations. By default, we do manage dashboards also, but that's the extra gift. The
Absolutely.
major optimization are for the factory floor operations that are typically more hardcore requirements.
Awesome. And just as a note, WebAssembly is the technology behind that.
Let's give them some additional links, Isabella. For instance, if they want to learn more, they can go to our main website and hit documentation,
Yes.
or they can jump directly to docs.statsoft.com.
There you go.
And in that page, if you're new to the platform, I strongly recommend those 3 sessions. If you like to learn by doing, go to the tutorials right away. But if you're a guy that like to understand before even you do anything, those 2 are for you. The platform overview, give the highlights, and go in very deep detail on all the technologies that we have on the system, how they're applied, and how we organize that concept of data foundation, business, industrial automation, user interface. So no matter is your specific vertical requirements, you have a data model, you have an engineering model,
Yeah.
to allows you develop custom applications in a short time that have very high performance and are easy to do maintenance.
Perfect.
It's what we do.
Yeah. We always use a term that's like future proof. So obviously, we think not only about today, but what that will mean for your operation in the future as well. And that applies to not just, performance and maintenance, but also like the base technology that we use, which is .NET, and even the AI tools that we know some of them right now. We are using some of them right now, but we know that we got to be ready for things that we have not even imagined yet, because they are coming.
Okay, I think that's
Yeah, I'll let
my
you guys
intention. This is not
keep it
supposed to
open.
be a full training, just the highlights to
Yeah.
explain some key concepts. So
Let me ask
I
you,
think
if you guys have any questions on chat, go ahead and throw it there. We'll answer in a sec. But I think we can just recap before. So I do think one thing to highlight in general is that we have a bunch of animations and dynamics that you can add to not only objects in your displays, but parts of the objects. So I think that's something key that Mark showed. You can import SVG and XML files, so you can work with vector graphics. So even though we do have like our own library full of symbols, full of things,
thousands.
objects. So if you don't want to do your own, that is absolutely fine. We have a big library of symbols. And then, but we also allow you to play with their own, create them. If you have somebody on design like me, I do sometimes prefer to have my own things, and then the guys
And
animate.
by the way, Isabel, you have a good point. I was showing how you can customize all the objects, and perhaps a person that does not know everything that we have inside, making, oh, but I just want to drag and drop some symbols. Yes, please feel free to do that. We have more than 2,000 here. And the ones that are more typical to SCADA, like blower, motor, pumps, tanks, valves, we have a very high degree of customization. So I do only one. You
You want
want
to
to
clean
customize a tank or a valve, Isabella?
a tank, but let's clean it. Let's delete the other symbols that are just too much, so we
Okay,
can
that's
look at
good
it clean.
points. Okay. So which one?
Let's do a tank.
Tank. Okay. So we have lots of tanks in the library. And we also have those one in the top that they are the smart symbols that you can visually customize the properties of the symbols with a little wizard. So what is your tank? You want a more simple image or with more details? Want to be vertical or horizontal? Do you want to have a little fit or not? And what will be the shape of the tank? Do you have some agitator inside or just the tank or not going at all to show any contents? So we have that type of very easy wizard customization to the most typical use symbols on SCADA.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, we do the 90% or 50% out of the box, but we don't want you to run in three problems and need to have that written on our websites. We don't want you to run a problem to have to figure out which modules, which functionality you need to buy.
Yes.
You don't want you to run a problem to verify if the tool you are using has that functionality and create yourself the problem to compromise, to modify your specification. And you don't want you to run the problem to have to buy 5, 10 different modules or even products to build something that nowadays one stack only, like us, that goes from the MQTT broker on the edge to the unified namespace to the Python script, the .NET, all kinds can deliver. So it's very simple. If it's a machine HMI, edge application, data acquisition, data transformation, real-time visualization of industrial process, you have one-stop solution. And if you're already working with some other tool, you need some additional little feature, put us for that little feature because we can be your Swiss arm to get the deliverable of all small little features perhaps your current installed main platform does not have. You are perfectly fine with that. And we work very well with integration in brownfield and installed base.
Yes.
Many of our large applications started us doing a little simplification or add-on to bring a new functionality or to lower a little cost or complement one solution that we had already an automation platform. So you just need this little Swiss army to do all the detailing, the final painting, make sure all the pipes have the good ventilation.
Yeah.
We do that task very nicely.
Good. No, it's all about complete and flexible. There you go. Yeah, we'll go into deeper into symbols for sure in one of those sessions. I think there's a bunch of things to talk about them. But you can play around with it right now. Our software is available.
I think we'll keep really the symbol section later on, Isabella.
Yeah, that's what I said. Don't worry.
Okay.
What I mean is you can play around with it right now. If you go to our website, tatsoft.com, you can download FrameworX 10.1 right now. Start playing around with it.
When you said you can play, I thought you were me.
No. We will have a bigger
session. So you that are watching this video or listen, please play with the products, send us an email, go live to our Discord website.
Yes.
We have very advanced support through our Discord website for new users. And we do really guidance to put you up to speed through the Discord websites.
Yes. So once again, if you have not subscribed to our channel, I ask that you please do. Also like this video if you can. Send us any feedback. We're always here to learn more. Like Mar said, you can find our Discord link at our website as well. And I'm always available for you guys if you have suggestions on topics as well. We still gonna have a few more sessions this year So keep an eye out for our socials. You'll find all the information there, or here in our YouTube channel. So Mark, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate your time. Thank you everyone for coming, and I'll see you guys soon. I appreciate it.